Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello guys, how are you today? I hope you all in a good condition today. Okay guys, before we start our discussion today, let's read Basmalah together. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Okay, for the first, let me introduce myself. My name is Elly Rismawati. I am a student of English Department School of Metro. In this meeting, I will teach you how to pronounce English consonant, vowels, and diphthongs. Okay, without lingering time, let's start our meeting today. The first material is consonant. An easy way to determine whether a consonant is voiced or unvoiced is place a finger on your throat. As you pronounce a letter, feel the vibration of your vocal cords. If you feel a vibration, the consonant is voiced one. In the consonant, there are two types of consonant. For the first is voiced consonant and the second is unvoiced consonant. Number one is voice. Voiced consonant have 15 symbol. For the first is D. The word example is did. And then J. J. Word example is Jen. Jen. And then E. E. Word example is like. And then N. Word example is near. Near. And then Z. Z. Word example is zoo. And the next is J. J. Word example is vision. And then Y. Y. Word example is yard. Yard. And then R. Word example is run. And then P. P. Word example is buy. And then V. V. Example is van. And then M. Word example is man. And then G. Word example is go. And then ang. Word example is sing. And the last is the. Word example is the. And the unvoiced consonant have 9 symbols. For the first symbol is P. And the word example is pen. And then K. Word example is cat. And then Th. Word example is tea. And then Ch. Word example is chin. And then F. Word example is vowel. Vowel. And then H. Word example is home. And then Th. Word example is think. Think. And then S. Word example is so. And the last is sh. Word example is she. Next, in the second material is vowel. Vowel is the sound that is pronounced without blocking the air stream in the mouth. The air stream passes out freely through the mouth and nose. In the vowel, there are two types of vowel. There are tense vowel and lax vowel. Tense vowel symbol have strong or long duration. There are 5 tense vowel symbols. For the first is A. Word example is arm. And then E. Word example is C. And then U. Word example is two. And then O. Word example is four. And then O. Word example is so. And then the second is lax vowel. Lax vowel have weak or short duration. There are 7 symbols of lax vowel. For the first is a. A. Word example is cap. And then e. Word example is sit. And then a. Word example is good. And then o. Word example is for. And then a. Word example is gut. And then a. Word example is bed. And then a. Word example is bed. And the last material is diphthongs. Diphthong is the combination of two vowels. And in the diphthongs have two types of diphthongs. For the first is closing diphthongs. In the closing diphthongs, there are 6 symbols of closing diphthongs. The first is I. I. Word example is 5. And then ow. Ow. Word example is now. And then a. Word example is pay. And in the British styles, there is ew. Word example is home. And in American style is oh. In word example is home. And then the second is centering diphthongs. Centering diphthongs have 3 symbols in it. There are a. Word example is hair. And then ear. Ear. Word example is near. And then the last is or. Word example is pure. Pure. The sound symbols of words. Number 1, strike. Strike. Number 2, H3. H3. Number 3, important. Important. Number 4, elementary. Elementary. Number 5, individual. Individual. Number 6, watch. Watch. Number 7, pronunciation. Pronunciation. Number 8, cage. Cage. Number 9, wanted. Wanted. And the last, washes.
Voices.
Okay guys, the next material, I will teach you how to read phonetic transcription or sound symbols of some English vocabulary based on correct pronunciation. Syllable stress, pop sound, ARES ending, and AD ending. Okay, number one is open the door. Open the door. And number two, morning, sir. Could I have your time for a while? Morning, sir. Could I have your time for a while? And number three, yeah, I have a good planning for planning for this weekend. And number five, do you like coffee? And the last is let's go to the beach. That's all the material that I can convey. I made this video to fulfill my final examination in the Phonetic and Phonology source. Thank you for visiting this video. I hope this material can help all of you in the learning process. And the last say, wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.